180!
Well, Barnard winning the ball, throwing first. Getting stuck in straight around that treble 20 bed.
85.
Fails to stay straight there. We saw Michael van Gerwen playing Vincent van der Voort last night, and they're great mates. You know, I mean, Vincent used to look after him a lot when they were touring earlier on, and Michael wasn't the
85.
same aggressive, bouncy character we usually see. He didn't have that hunger to beat him because they are such great mates, and he's got such a soft spot for Vincent. Do you think Kevin's going to be feeling that, or Kevin's quite happy to just beat up his mates?
Yeah, Kevin would be happy to beat up one of his mates. There's no question about that. And I think Michael last night was going to murder
60.
Vincent. But what you have the respect for someone that you're friends with. You know, other players you don't care about, but you do have this little community of friends you get on with, and so you don't give it to them when you've hit a double and that sort of thing. That's not to say that Kevin won't do that just to get inside his head, but yeah, it's like I say, it's all about the mentality side, the mindset that you just have to switch off. But you're right, Michael showed Vincent a lot of respect last night. And poor old Vincent, 2 darts and a double as well.
Yeah, he perhaps should have won that one, Van der Voort. But it's Van Gerwen, the #1 seed, who's into the second round. We'll be seeing him in action later. Kevin Painter straying into the 5s. Already a little bit livelier in the hall than perhaps it was yesterday afternoon. We've got best part of 1,000 people in here for the afternoon session.
And it's always hard to be first on, Dan. You know, Colin Lloyd was on first yesterday against Hendricks, and it's a tough call being first on. And like again today, although it's into the second round, so you know they know what the dartboard's like, they know what the stage is like, the crowd. You know, they've got acclimatised to it. It's still a hard call, that first game.
Mike, we require 160.
It must be a nice way to see out the opening leg. And 15 darts if he can do it. Only needs the 1 treble. And there it is. So take your pick, Michael Barnard. How do you want to finish this? He wants double top.
96. Kevin, you require
Well, a very low
151.
dart there from Michael. He's probably thinking he'll come back and get 3 more darts. You don't see massive shots out that frequent. And as I say that, now Kevin wants 51. Yeah, that's... well, he set it up anyway. He probably thought, if I take this out, it'll be a massive bonus. So he's put the pressure on. And we talk about this double 10. You know, if you're going to miss it, it wants to be just on the outside, because then you can work to that. But you start splitting the 10s. And go to them 5. But that's absolutely perfect. It's a good, solid first leg from Michael Barnard. A 16 dart leg. And now this is where Kev... He's got to just stay straight in here. Don't give this leg away easy.
They're both pretty convincing winners in their opening matches. Kevin Painter, a 6-1 victory over Steve Hine. The Muffin Man hit a couple of 180s. Michael Barnard, a 6-3 winner over Stuart Kelly. And that's some scalp. I saw Stuart on social media earlier on saying that he's back home and absolutely gutted with the way he played.
140.
He's been a dangerous customer on the European Tour, Kelly. Made a final of one of the tournaments before now, losing out to John Pott. So Michael Barnard, a grand in his pocket for making the second round. Could double that if he takes out his mate Kevin Painter here.
Yeah, all you need, Dan, is one good run in one of these events like Steve Beaton did, you know, 2 months ago. All of a sudden, let's put him in every tournament, every TV tournament for the rest of the year, you know. And it's such a big relief, because when you're turning up the TV tournaments, obviously you're getting first round losers money. So the worst way, you're getting another few grand, and that adds up. Just relieves the pressure.
Yeah, we have seen some eyebrow-raising results on this European Tour. Remember in Gibraltar, Jamie Lewis storming all the way to the final, taking out, well, among others, Kevin Painter. A couple of last leg wins, took on Adrian Lewis and came through it as well. Fell to Phil Taylor in the final, but that 10 grand that he made there got him in the match play.
100.
Well, Kevin, now 6 darts from 178, just needs to set this up. You know, he's hit the important 1 treble. Now, that could cost him, if he doesn't hit another treble, well, he's hit the other treble. I was going to say, if he doesn't hit another treble, then it's the dart at the bullseye instead of the dart at the double, but he's going to get now 2 darts at a double, and all Michael can do is just try and put a bit of pressure on. You know, you're standing back there and you're thinking, well, early part of the game, he may miss his doubles, and that's what you've always got to think. But Painter now, probably a 10 or a 6, go down that route if you miss it, but it's the 6, or is he going 14? He's going the 6, now double top.
36.
Barnard
120.
has got himself a chance. Nearly took out 116 in the first leg before he did closed out on double 10. And he needs the 1 treble. Shanghai on the 20s. There's plenty of room. It's not going to cover up that treble bed for him. Just a little bit short. And Painter will be back looking at double 5.
Kevin, you require 10.
Put this one in the same category as the 9s, Dan. You know, don't like that switch, although it's up there by double top. And Kevin Painter puts it straight in the double. No messing.
Game on.
That kind of settles you down, especially when you hit a double like double 5. You think, right, I can hit any double now.
$100.
Solid time from Barnard. Some sort of Richie Burnett style Velociraptor on the back of his shirt, looks like.
100.
Although Michael's, you know, fairly slow throwing his darts, he's very quick to get to the oche as soon as Kev walks on it, which helps. Certainly helps Kevin out. It makes the coming back to the board a little bit quicker.
45.
A chance here for Painter to, you know, a 140 gives him the throw. Oh, beautiful first dart. Got plenty of room. Well, even a 180 makes it even better.
180.
First maximum of the afternoon session, and it's Kevin Painter. Pump of the fist. He loves taking in the crowd's adulation, this man.
Well, we talked yesterday, Dan, you know, when your opponent hits a big score, you match it. When he hits a bad one, you punish him for it. It's exactly what Painter's done. Barnard kicks off with a ton. Kev matches it.
100.
Michael hits a bad score. Kev comes over the top with a 180. Absolutely perfect. It's good experienced darts from Painter.
And he has stolen the darts here on the Barnard throw.
60.
Only 60. It does leave him an outshot. It's a big one. But Barnard needs something substantial just to give himself an out on his next visit. That's not a bad way to go about it.
Needed a 140 there, really, although he leaves a shot on 156. The 116, you know, gives you 2 darts at a treble. So Kev now, he's probably thinking, I'm just going to set this up. He needs the 95 now. Well, now this is a big chance for Michael
156.
to hold his throw.
Well, they take a 140, Barnard. Right now, he'd certainly take a ton.
100.
A little bit of relief across his face there.
106.
Well, when Kev hit the 180, you thought the leg was as good as his, but since then, hasn't really hit a lot, but that leaves double 16, and this would be a killer blow.
74.
Just on the outside, you could see in his face how angry he was. A chance for Michael to hold on to his throat. Big 16 and then the tops, 2 darts at him.
Two at double top for Barnard then. And only needs the 1. Barnard holds his throat. Painter letting him off the hook a little bit, it has to be said.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Kev will be standing back there a little bit angry with himself that when he hit the 180, put him 140 points in front. Michael still won the leg without, well, Kev only had 1 dart of the double, so a little bit of a let off for Michael.
Barnard Barnard gets his nose in front in this one, but back comes Painter, looking to fill up that treble bed. I'll be disappointed
95.
after a decent first dart. Winner of this one will play either Michael van Gerwen or Ross Smith. Both came through in deciding leg wins.
We had some great games yesterday, but today all the pairings obviously
60.
are even better. There is some cracking games. Really looking forward to today's play. For the players that win through today,
60.
obviously it's going to be a hard one tomorrow. The 3 games in the same day, but the £20,000 first prize, kind of, people forget about all the hard work when they've got that in their pocket.
Plenty of room for Painter there, and 2 in the treble bed. Oh, just sliding across into the 5. But it'll do for him.
Michael's father was a very good dart player as well, County A for Essex. Good player for a long time. Oh, Michael's now, 180 wood. Really. And again, we see the deflection into that 5.
Kevin, you go 153.
And Kev's going to get 6 darts from here now. Michael, with that deflection, is not on a shot. 77 scored. 86 left. Looking at the treble 18. No, I miscounted.
125.
All Barnard can do is apply some pressure here. Leaves himself a 2 darter, but Kevin Painter
28.
looking at the double 14.
Well, I actually miscounted, and so did Kevin now. I thought we had 86 left. Don't know what he thought he had, but he actually had 76 left, so the shot would have been at the 20s. And first game on, cobweb still in the old head, I think.
60.
Well, that was a chance for Barnard there. For a break of throw and a 3-1 lead. Painter, he's already hit double 5. It's another tricky one in double 7. Doesn't want to miss inside, and that's exactly what he's done.
40.
Michael Barnard, double top, to open up a bit of daylight between himself and his roommate. Misses low again on the double top. Hit double 10 before, though. And hits it again. Michael Barnard takes a 3-1 lead. Kevin Painter can shake his head. Got to dig himself out of a bit of a hole here.
Yeah, he's probably feeling that the miscount, leaving the 14s instead of the 16s, has cost him that leg. Although, a double is a double, but, players have their favourite doubles, and, a little bit of a different attitude going for your favourite double than a regular one. Certainly that upset Kevin, so now there's a lot of work for him to do here. He's now got to break Michael Barnard twice to win this match.
60.
On for 9 in the checkouts as well, Kevin Painter. That ain't going to win you many dart games. For the first time, Michael Barnard relying on that treble 19.
95.
He's hit that treble 5 a lot this morning, hasn't he? Admittedly some of them are deflections, and it's so close to that treble 20, but it is a major difference. When you get down to that double and you've pinned a couple of treble 5s instead of the odd dart in the treble, then obviously more 85. Darts at the double than not.
What a good first start from Kevin Painter. Follows it.
140.
Grab a second maximum of the match for him.
It gives Kev, the slight advantage on scores, but looking at it, Michael Barnard may have 9 darts from here, because Kev will only have 6, and to go out in 206 in 6 darts, that's a big task. And Michael Barnard's asking the question here of Kevin Painter, so now he's got no choice but to go out in 6. Needs a treble. Well, he's missed the treble, so there's a massive chance here for Barnard. Interesting to see what way he goes. 25 on bullseye, I call it the old-fashioned route, but a lot of them now, they're so good on all the trebles, they go straight for the treble 18. I think Michael's going for the bullseye. Well, that's a 7. So it's 1, 3, 87, so the 17s.
Well,
with Painter back on 146, the smart money is on Barnard, giving himself a chance of going 4-1 up here. Either bull or treble 10 for Painter, you would think. Treble 10 it is.
Michael Uruguay 52.
Barnard should have 2 darts at a double for a 4-1 lead over Kevin Painter, the 17th seed, former Premier League player. Again, he's short on the double top, but double 10 has saved him a couple of times.
42.
Not this time.
36.
Well, it's Barnard who's let Painter off now. And Kev can't afford not to take this chance, and he has taken the chance. Well, that's one of the breaker throws back, and you have to say, if Michael Barnard goes on and loses this, he will look at that 5th leg and say, that was probably the game there and then in my hands. He had one hand on the stairs going off the stage if he'd have won that leg.
Barnard looking to match Painter.
100.
And only find a solid ton. As you were saying, Rod, Michael Barnard has been around for quite some time. You might have seen him in the UK Open, made the last 32 a couple of times there. World Youth Masters winner back in '91, as you said. These two all know each other's games inside out. Know what they're capable of. Has beaten Painter in the past.
100. Kevin Uruguay 121.
Last time he did beat him, way back in 2005, though.
I probably think over the last 20 years since Michael was a youth player, he's probably taken the scalp of nearly everybody on the circuit, to be quite honest. On his day is another one that we call dangerous. He would probably like to play a lot more tournaments on the PDC, but
100. Kevin Uruguay 40.
To travel is not cheap nowadays, so to level it up, double top this time, he doesn't miss it. Kev a little bit revved up now, but Michael's still got the throw. You can see Kev getting the crowd revved up.
Well, from being on the brink of being 4-1 down, he's leveled the match up at 3 apiece. Now it's a race to 3 for a place in the 3rd round.
There we have the averages.
9 scored.
Playing to just over the 90, which is not a bad overall average, but that first 9 average, Kev, if he saw that, he would know that that's not good enough. Those first 9 darts is where you do all the scoring. Very rarely do you see an overall average bigger than the first 9 average, although there was one game yesterday, forget now, that actually was like that, which is very unusual.
60.
Yeah, it's a similar sort of standard this from Painter as his win over Steve Hine in the opening match. Managed to come through that 6-1.
100.
Barnard putting up a little bit stiffer resistance.
Looks like Michael's got his mobile phone in his top pocket. I hope it's switched off. If that went off in the middle of his throw, it would be a little bit of a distraction. He did a lead of the ton there to keep that real big advantage. He's got 90 points, well 110 points on Kev, but a 180 here. This is what he's got to do. It was a good result, but that dart in the 5 again, Dan, you know, he's done a lot of that. He knows, he's experienced enough to know that he's got to straighten that dart up. He's in a battle here, you know, nothing's going to be easy from here on in. And the closer they get to the finishing line, the more confident that Michael will get that he's pushing Kev 92. All the way and got a chance. And of course, Kev will probably get a little bit edgy.
First big trouble for 4 visits to the board there, Michael Barnard. Gets him down to something he can take out.
137.
Darts from Kevin Painter. The pressure is on Barnard here to hold his throat. Does have the advantage from winning the ball. Painter is on top at the moment. Trouble 19. Another trouble. Michael Barnard looking at a 1-2-9 checkout to hold his own throw and go within 2 legs of the 3rd round.
93.
This is quite a way outside the double 18. Confused.
Yeah, he looked very confused. Yes, you did throw that dart there, Michael. No one else did. Yeah, you know, normally when you hit 2 big trebles, you expect to be very close. Well, double 16 now for Kev for a first time to take the lead and break the throw. And that's exactly what he's done. It's been a bit of a grind of a result for Kev so far, but he takes the lead for the first time, 4 legs to 3. And Michael, that dart at double 18, and then the previous leg, the darts at double top and double 10. You know, he could be sitting there 5-2 up, but he finds himself 4-3 down.
Yeah, had darts.
83.
For a 4-1 lead and a 4-3 lead. Now trails for the first time in the match. Need to win 3 of the next 4 legs to keep his hopes alive at the Dutch Darts Masters.
We talk about grinding results out, and you know, if Kev comes through this, that's exactly what he's had to do. He's had to get down and dirty and battle it.
92.
You know, because he knows Michael so well. There's that extra little bit of pressure. You know, Kev is expected to win this, but if Michael wins it, then I think it could be a little bit frosty in that room later. I don't think Kev will be making the tea.
Yeah. I think the winner's making his own tea.
95.
You see, Painter's checkout, he's 4 for 12. He was 1 for 9. So is it 3 of the last 4 attempts? That's helped him turn things round. He's needed to as well because Barnard's putting him under pressure.
140.
Needs another one of those. And again, 85. That drift to the 5 really does kill you. So now Kev's going to get 6 darts from here, maybe even 9. So he scored. May go 18s. No, he stayed there. Brilliant darts. The last 6 darts, brilliant from Painter. 2 140s. Has set it up. And that's the experience of Kev playing on the big stages all the time. You know, you nick a leg and then you go and fire in a good, perhaps 13, 14 dart leg to take the advantage and probably go on and win the game from here. Certainly in a foregone conclusion, because Michael again, and that was unlucky. You know, it's probably take them 2 darts out of the way, that's in the treble, but the deflection went against Michael.
Well, double 16 now for Kevin Painter in a 5-3 lead. This is outside, just readjusts 14. And doesn't find his target. And Michael Barnard came close to taking out the 129 in the previous leg. 111. Just needs the 1 treble. And he's got it. 51 left. 11 for tops. He's got 19 for double 16. And double 16 he gets 111, and Michael Barnard enjoyed that one. We're all square again.
What a great shot that was from the young man. Kev shaking his head. 2 darts of double 16. You know, that was a great leg for Kevin Painter until he missed the 2 darts of the double. And I'm thinking, and I've said, you know, he takes this double out, he goes on and wins the match, you know, quite comfortably. But now, the advantage is to Barnard. He's got that throw. It's a best of 3 game. Barnard's going to throw twice 100. Out of the 3 legs.
And a bit of momentum as well. I mean, he was visibly disgusted with himself with missing the double 18 for the 129. That 111 has righted some wrongs for him.
Well, what I liked about that as well, he'd been struggling on the double top, so he deliberately went for the 19 to go for the 16s. He thought, no, I'm not going for the 11 double top because I can't hit that double top. You know, and you do have to think like that. I know people say, well, then you're saying it's a negative. Is in a way, but it weren't for Barnard because he went and hit that double 16. He's followed that first score up with another good one. So it's incredible how this game goes backwards and forward, isn't it?
Yeah.
81.
Could have been 4-1 up. Ended up being 4-3 down. And right now, Michael Barnard probably just about the favourite, particularly after that dart.
Well, Michael's running up to that board to get his darts out now. Nothing slow about that from young Mr. Barnard. Another wasted dart from Kev. Can't afford to do that at this stage of the game. So Michael's going to get at least 6 darts from 180.
Just needs to stay straight here, really.
Be interesting to see what way Kev goes. Obviously the 140 is no good to him because it'll leave him a bogey, so he'll be looking at the 136. So he's got to come. Well, won't do it now, so he will stay. Well, he switched down. If he did it the treble 20, he would have to come down for them 19s. So he's going to get 6 darts now from 120 for Michael Barnard.
Lovely first dart.
He took out the 111 the previous leg. Can he take out the 120? It is the double top this time. And again, and you can see on his face, he knows, I mean, that dart is well low on that double top. And he's
exactly the same place. He's missed double top previously, but Kevin Painter
140.
Put himself within striking distance for Michael Barnard's hit this double 10 a couple of times.
That's just on the inside, and that was very close. The double 5, what's that? Well, that's not a bad guide. Hit that barrel, and I think we'll see this dart go in. And he's overpitched it, and now it's Michael Barnard that has let Kevin in. Well, Barnard took out the 111 to nick the leg. Can Kev take out the 107? Oh, and of all... You know, I was only talking to Phil Taylor, funny enough, on Thursday about 107, and he said always go for 19s. I said I would never do. I wouldn't have in my head that I'm going to miss the 20. But if you go for the 19s and you do slide a dart, the 7 still gives you a shot, and so does the 3. Thinking, playing the percentages as we call it.
Well, Kevin Painter's paid the price there. Michael Barnard moves it in one leg of the 3rd round. Painter has to win the last 2.
140.
I've still got to ask Colin Lloyd about 110 going for the 10 and 15s down that route. I meant to ask him yesterday, and I didn't understand that one. And obviously there's a logic to it, but I couldn't find it. Perhaps someone will tweet me the reason.
Yeah, he may go for it again. He's playing later on. Up against Mervyn King. Some matchup that could be. Kevin Painter. And another ton 40.
The reason I can think of that from Lloyd is that, you know, the 4-15s leave you the bullseye, but why have a dart at the bullseye when you can have a dart at a double? But now Barnard 5-4 up in this match, and pressure is really on Kevin Painter. I mean, he's been on that big stage, he's won a major, so, you know, he will be able to hold his bottle, there's no question. But you do start to get a bit edgy come the end of the game, and these are edgy darts from Kevin.
75.
Finds the treble with the 3rd. Still got a good lead. Destined to go all the way, I think.
Could well do, but a big one here from Barnard. And that's exactly how you go about getting one. Fantastic darts, Michael Barnard.
146.
And Kevin Painter is being put under pressure here. His place in the Dutch Darts Masters very much in danger.
We require 136.
Well, he had a dart at double 18 for 129 earlier on, which he had to chase the trebles around the board to get that. This first dart goes in this treble. Oh, and it's lying absolutely perfect. If he lays it on that flight, it will go down that barrel and go in the treble. And he's overpitched it. So a chance gone
96.
for Michael.
Kevin, you require 56.
Painter now needs the 16 and tops. Massive, massive doubles here for Kev.
26.
Kevin Painter has hit the double 5, and it may be the last dart he throws in the Dutch Darts Masters. Michael Barnard looking at double top for a 6-4 win. They've been pinching legs off one another all the way through this game. Barnard was on top. Painter came back at him, but a big 111 outshot put Barnard back in the ascendancy. And if he can take out double top, he's low again on double top at double 10. It saved him a couple of times. Can he win in the game? He splits it in double 5.
35.
Well, you can see the expression on his face. He can't believe that he threw that dart. You know, you're right with the double top. He's been an inch low on the double top, you know, the whole of the game. But the double 10, that was unlucky just on the inside. But Kev's on double 15. Now Kev's 7 for double 4. Last chance here. And he's missed it again. Do you know what the hardest thing for Michael here, I think, is that big one. He's really got to stay focused on this big one because he's a little bit nervous, you know, as the double 5 proved. So he's got to take a big, deep breath.
Stood at the back of the stage shaking his head. He thought that leg had escaped him. And he was still shaking his head when Painter missed the double 4. He's got the 1. He needs double 2. This is outside. Perhaps a little smirk across his face. He's still got a chance and takes it. Kevin Painter knocked out by Michael Barnard. It went one way, then the other, but it's Barnard who comes out on top. A 6-4 winner and a place in the 3rd round to play Ross Smith or Michael van Gerwen.
180!